So, 2023, what a year. Lots of colorways and lots of cool limited editions. But which has actually been the best? I mean, there's been so many, right? Well, in today's video, I've wrapped up my top 10 of the coolest limited editions of 2023. And just remember that this is my opinion. Of course, if you don't agree, we can still be cool. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section right down below after you've watched the full list. And let's get to it. And we can start off with Las Estrellas, celebrating Argentina and Messi winning the World Cup last year. Of course, with Messi winning the one trophy that he was really missing from his collection, and arguably also really cementing his place among the very, very best of the game. I mean, there's even an actual GOAT logo on the heel of the left boot. Now, of course, design-wise, it follows the same vibe as his Leyenda World Cup boots with this F50.6 inspired design, and of course, roughly the same color theme, at least. And I just think it looks really, really good. For me, it's a massive shame that it's not Messi's actual spec, as with all of his signature boots. Because if that had been the case, I mean, we'd be talking somewhere around the top of the list. I mean, it's just a standard crazy fast, which is still cool, but you know, could have been cooler. And then in 9th place, I have the Adidas Strung Plus, which, I mean, from a pure material innovation point of view, it could probably have been higher up the list because it's something we've never seen before, and you know, I think it's a cool concept. But the rather rigid and structured upper, and that, for me at least, weirdly loose-fitting heel just means that, from a playing perspective, and that matters quite a lot, I'd much rather wear the regular X Crazy Fast Plus than the Strung Plus. And I mean, the fact that playing in Denmark and, you know, I get really wet feet when I play in the rain is just, yeah. It is what it is. And somehow it feels as if Adidas are in the same spot with Strung as they were back in 2013 with the first Primeknit Samba, in the sense that, you know, the concept is taking shape. They're getting to know the technology, but the execution and the product itself, it's not quite there yet. So, cool concept, but, you know, it's a work in progress. And then in 8th place, we have, well, actually, we have more Adidas. To be fair, they've just been hammering them out this year, but the Toni Kroos 11 Pro 2. And I mean, on paper, we could be talking about limited edition release of the year here. You know, you have Toni Kroos' 11 Pro 2 that he's been wearing for 10 years. You have the Adi Pure 3 and 4 tooling Kroos' German flag on the heel, you know, only his size made. Cool. Wicked, put it 2nd place, right? But, well, here's the thing. The boot Kroos wears that's made specifically for him is made out of kangaroo leather, whereas this is made out of Taurus leather, so calf leather. And I mean, the whole spiel about this boot is that it's Toni Kroos' exact specifications. Except for the fact that, you know, the one really big thing, the leather, is not the... I mean... yeah. So very cool, but yeah, it's not his specs. But now it's time to move across the road in Herzogenaurach to Puma with their King Rudergon, which, I'll be honest, it probably also represents one of the more embarrassing moments for me personally in 2023. Because when I got this in hand and on my feet, I thought, you know, I convinced myself that this is natural leather. So I put it on Instagram and said, nice, nice. And then Puma, they sent me an email saying, yeah, it's, nope, it's not actual leather. So joke's on me, but this upper package here with the K-Better synthetic leather that has a really plush liner on the inside and then this laser touch treatment on the outside just bends and wrinkles and it feels a lot like the real thing. And it just goes to show how awesome that material is. And I wish we'd seen something like this on the regular King as well. So, egg on my face, but hey, they look cool and they feel great. But you know what? Back to the stripes. with the X99 Speed Portal 0.1 that continued the whole 99-gram concept boot from the X99.1 that we saw a couple of years back, but this time you also get a really soft leather forefoot. Now, personally, I didn't really ever 100% love it because of how the transition from the mesh midfoot to the leather forefoot is just a little bit bulky. But there's no denying that it's super comfortable, it's nice and lightweight, very nimble, and actually performs really well. And it just continues a very cool concept, so it works. And next, I have the Unisport X Puma Astronaut pack, which I realize, great job team and all, but nah, seriously, I think it's a really strong pack here. You know, Future, very nice, something we haven't really seen before in the Future, and that Ultra with that orange electrobladed tooling is just out of this world. Pun intended, actually. Just a shame they didn't really come in a box like this. But I guess, Puma, let's have a talk about future executions, yeah, because we need to follow up on this one. That was cool. That was cool. But I also wanted to bring in the Lotto Zero Gravity remake. And I mean, it's not exactly rocket science to bring back the old Opera and then slap it on the Solista tooling. But I just think that this is significant because not only is it a reference back in time to the first laceless boot from 2006 that actually, you know, it's not the most playable thing right now, but still it's very cool to have it back. And then I also just think this new really unique colorway with the little colored speckles is it's something we haven't seen before on the Gravity, and I like it. Of course, could also have given a special mention to this golden bad boy, but Zero Gravity. It's so Adidas. Third place, 25th anniversary Nike Mercurial. The fully chrome one, that is. The other ones were nice enough. These are awesome. Not only do they come in probably the coolest Nike box I've ever seen in my life, which looks like something out of outer space, but the boots themselves were also really cool. Full chrome, iridescent swooshes, all these little tone-in-tone historical Mercurial logos, and of course, they're numbered, which for collectors is always a nice little thing. Just a lovely way to celebrate 25 years of Mercurial. Outrageous. And in second place, the Nike CTR 360 Maestri 3 remake. 1-to-1 in that launch colorway. I mean, very good. And the fact that it is a 1-to-1 remake just makes it even better. I mean, we hardly ever see Nike doing these remake things, so when they do it, and they do it right, it just hits all the right notes. And yeah, you can tell the times have moved on a bit from the OG, but still, it's really nice to wear and play in, and Kangalite has aged very well. So, more of this, please, Nike. Hypervenom Phantom 1 next? Anyone? I'd take it. I'd take 2. But of course, before we get to number 1, I also have a few shout-outs because these, I feel, would be kind of a shame not to mention. Of course, first we have the Nike Phantom GX Blaze. I mean, with this whole thing going on, it's a great boot. And it looks really cool. The same thing can be said for that Skechers SKX01 mystery boot with no branding on, and it had people guessing before everyone knew that it was Skechers. It was just so powerful that when the reveal was there, people have found out it was a great boot. It really put them on the map. And again, it plays really well. Of course, there's also the Puma Ultra from the Elements pack, hand-painted by Silny Art. I mean, That's a good looking Ultra. We also have, of course, the Nike Tiempo Legend 10 prototype, which does indeed have prototype vibes. It's very simple, but with this whole translucent outsole here, you know, you can see all the little writings on the insole. It has prototype vibes, and I like it. And finally, of course, especially the Puma Future from the Unisport X Puma Dreams Factory pack, where the Puma team, they just nailed it with our brief. These are stunning, I think. So very good. But first place for me has to go to the Adidas Predator 30, where the box alone is probably worthy of first place. But the boots themselves obviously are also very, very good. From a playing point of view, probably the best Predator I've worn in I don't know how many years. A very cool, almost like vintage variation of that OG Predator colorway. And when you just combine everything, the black and the box, it works. It's a great collector's item, a great way to really get acquainted with the new Preds ahead of time. It's just easy, 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 easy. So I told you in the intro, lots of colorways and lots of very cool limited edition drops. And these were my 10 plus best hype drops of 2023. And maybe you're sat out there and you don't agree with me, but don't hate the player, hate the game, right? And instead, tell me what you think is the best limited edition drop in the comment section right down below. Of course, also remember that you can still buy some of the boots, at least in the link to Unisport right over there. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet with the notifications on, get to that, fam. And then, you know, if you like some... I say fam, what the f... Well, also, remember to click the playlist right down there. With those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio. What the fam? Really? Wow.